So I was just finishing taking a cold shower. It's around 5 in the morning, 6, and I got a thought. What is self improvement? And let me expand onto that because I believe there's two ways. There's two ways to self improvement, right? There's the hardcore Goggins slash Jocko Navy SEAL full discipline, and that's what I did for over 12 months. Wake up at 4 a.m., cold shower, audiobook during every second of downtime. Working on the laptop at 4 in the morning until 6 when I had to go to my day job. And then 1 hour in the car, get an audio book for hours, endless hours. And then when I get back home again, open a laptop, work on it for hours. Don't get me wrong, I was enjoying it because I was working towards something. I was working towards goals. But I noticed it made me very rigid, and it was even pointed out by members of my family. I was becoming rigid, and I wasn't feeling like a man if I didn't do one of the things on my long ass task list. I was just feeling like a I was feeling like a just smolder, you know? If I didn't have that shower, that cold shower at 4 in the morning, I would. But to be honest, I couldn't even go without showering, you know? So out of 12 months, I probably showered 99% of the time, for example. You know, that's just one example, but is it a prison? Or is it genuinely something good and powerful? I've kind of tested it out. So, again, for 12 months, I was full Goggins. Of course, I'm not at Goggins level because that guy runs hundreds of miles, right? But I was going hard daily. And the consequences were, made me rigid. I felt like I wasn't charismatic. Although that was one of the goals I had to improve as, because I know as a man you must be charismatic, right? And then I went perhaps 2, 3 months, maybe, without that strict routine. And again, sure, I may have become a bit less rigid, but I don't know if that's because of the fact that I stopped that strict discipline or because it's some sort of placebo effect. Because I sort of believed it. I believed that, you know, stepping away from that highly disciplined life and into like a more of a life of flexibility, of, being dynamic, being like a child, being curious, does help. But I don't know, I'm sort of currently in like a midlife crisis because I was looking back at some videos on documenting my day to day, and it inspired me, it motivated me. My own video motivated me. But are there hidden costs? Is it worth it? Like, sure, if we get all scientific and blah blah blah, doing hard things that you don't want to do increases mental toughness. And with this mental toughness, you have no problem procrastinating, you have no problem, doing the important work. But I want to know if there are if these hidden costs are true. If it kills your spirit. That's what I want to know. And right now I'm so in the middle because again I saw my video, it motivated me, and I want to go back into that hardcore 4 a.m. showers, constant audiobooks, constant reading. But is that just like a form of mental masturbation? Is it more important to, get enough hours of sleep, to perform well for the day? You set out 3 tasks, you go ahead and do them only. You only read. You read a smaller volume and you probably listen to audiobooks at a smaller volume, but you focus more on applying. I don't know, because I remember even when I was cold approaching, I felt myself just like this stone cold face, fully serious. Didn't feel like a kid anymore. I didn't feel like a kid exploring life, being curious, almost almost being autistic. But so in these months where I did lay off a bit of the hard discipline, I did notice it did psychologically weaken me, right? So I was feeling more lazy, perhaps procrastinating more, hidden in some other sort of activity. Can't really sit straight and fully focus anymore, probably because too much dopamine. So I don't know, it really, I guess it's something we just have to figure out, but self improvement. It's interesting because we're either fully locked in towards our goals, but there's some hidden cost, or we're more spontaneous, we're more childlike, we're more, fun, charismatic. Because being a bit more laid off also, it gave me some fears. It gave me fears of weakening, right? Something that I truly am terrified of. For example, if I don't go back into my routine, my hardcore Goggins type routine, I will just I'll just become weaker. It will take me away from my goals. It's really, I don't know, because like for example, if I remember what my I had it was quite a long list of a morning routine, but it all fit in 20 minutes. So I'll do it all in 20 minutes, then I'll get straight to work. But that repetitiveness, that robotic like routine over and over again, is that on a long term disguised as a form of self sabotage? Or is that actual strength? Is that actually the path that we need to take? That's what I'm currently trying to figure out. And I want to make sure this isn't also coming from a place of laziness and comfort, because of course, not being so hardcore, it is more comfortable. it is a lot more comfortable. I was very strict on like food as well. At first, I would only have like one junk meal a day, one junk meal a month, sorry. Now I've been very like, I didn't really give a fuck. So, yeah, guys, is self-improvement a prison, or is it something that we must do in order to develop? So I want to know what you guys think in the comments on self-improvement. Again, is it, do we need this highly roboticized, rigid routine? Or do we need to be more childlike? Do we need to be more autistic? Do we need to be able to go without these, structured tasks, and instead rely on trusting your own self as a man without having to do these tasks? Does it strip you away from being good with people, such as being charismatic? I don't know, it is a tough one that you really have to think about. Because again, I don't know if I should go back to that routine, or if in a long term, in the long term, it doesn't really fully benefit you. Let me know what you guys think.